Well, he's here, and the UCL SBC, the EUCL, I should say, SBC that came out was Didier Drogba. Johnny selected Drogba, and he's here, and Jesus, Lord have mercy, this card looks unbelievable, and it caused every striker in the game to die in price, basically. And it also caused every FC24 player to also die a little bit inside, because aerial plus, technical plus, power shot plus, with finesse, first touch, rapid, quick step, oh my god, it's just a way better version of the old Drogba. So yeah, anyway, he's not that expensive either. There's only 9 squads. I think he's 750,000 coins to complete, which is not bad at all. And yeah, okay, we've got other Path to Glory leaks as well to go and talk about. A couple of pretty big SBCs that should be on the way here as well. It's not done just yet. Another random info that I forgot off the top of my head, but thank you for being here. Subscribe if you're new. I appreciate every single one of you. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. The link is in the description. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. Now, what I will say about the content that's come out, you know, since Friday, right? First of all, it's been very, very good. Joe Gomez looks pretty incredible, and so does Luis Diaz. They look very good, and they're upgradable themselves already. And by the way, I said England have a great chance to win the Euros. They go and lose to Iceland in the friendly before they leave, which that's not ideal. There's a couple things I have gripes about, which we'll talk about, but also the content has been very, very good in terms of the players that they released. They all look great, and they're all upgradable. So hard to complain too much about that. They're all not that expensive either, because there's just so many of them. So, you know, that part is great. But I do want to say, I feel like we're missing an opportunity right now for this game to have one of the best menu grind content we've ever seen. If we had exchanges combined with new league SBCs, which for some reason they just do not do anymore. This SBC came out, I want to say, in October, like late October, early November. It's the same one as last year, and it has not changed since. I don't know why they've updated so much other stuff in this game and just not touched this, which I believe League SBCs have a very, very high potential to keep people on the game for a very long time. FIFA 19, I played the game so far into the year. I played it the entire year pretty much because I was just grinding League SBCs and crafting all my SBCs that way. If you want to make it mostly untradeable where you can't make coins, that's fine, but just the fact that Prime Gold Players Pack is like the best pack you can get out of this is just not good enough anymore. And combining that with an exchange, like the exchange grind we've got right now, which is one of the best things all year, if not the best thing that they've added to FC24 all year, we could have one of the best menu grinds ever, and I feel like we're just missing that piece of this. And obviously that could change if for some reason they decided to make it better. But also FUT Champs, there's actually untradeable rewards in FUT Champs that I didn't really realize when I talked about my rewards video a little bit ago. I've looked at rank 2 here. These like Copa America packs are actually untradeable. Copa America and Euro Nations packs are untradeable. The 86x3 is still tradable. The 2 ultimate packs are tradable, but apparently the Euros and the Copa America Nations packs are not tradable, which is strange. I don't really get that one. Are they so insane that they must make them untradeable? I don't think so, but I mean, maybe. But it looks like champs were getting more untradeable rewards than, you know, we used to, which is something that hopefully we don't see more of in the future, of course. And the academy as well looks great, so I don't want to sit here and just shit on them constantly. Like, I don't want to do that, but yeah, just a couple gripes I have with it. And Elise, he looks very, very good. 5-star, 5-star, 6'2". Like, you've seen this card already probably. It is a very, very good card, and I don't want to like skip out on giving them their credit for something that's great and free, just like that. Okay, we have a bunch of cards that are leaked to be in the Path to Glory team, because we saw, you know, 30, 40 plus players leaked in the days leading up to this that we have not seen yet, that some of them have been confirmed as an SBC and some of them have not. But here are the players right now that we have not seen yet. We have got Conrad Lamer. These cards are not confirmed stats wise, by the way. Machis we've not seen yet. Barcola we also have not seen yet. But then these two down here, these 3 actually are leaked to come as SBCs. It is Araujo for Barcelona. The center back market will be dead. Joe Gomez will have shot it, and Araujo will have killed it, basically. Enzo Fernandez, though, is also leaked to be an SBC, which is big, big news. That could be a very, very good SBC. Pickford, though, I haven't heard anything about that yet. And then Hernan Crespo is also going to be an SBC. So we are not done yet. You know, this time of the year is always great for SBCs, considering they don't really care as much to give us fantastic players anymore. This is why summer FIFA is debatably, if you're a big FIFA fan and you're going to play FIFA later into the year, summer FIFA is like one of the best times of the year because you get to kind of use just god players all the time, which is pretty awesome. But the Lamer, Machis, Barcola, and Pickford cards, we have no idea if those will be SBCs SBCs or possibly even objectives or Team 2 releases if that happens to be the case. Because Clausinho says they could come with Team 2, and apparently, I guess we're going to see 2 Path to Glory teams. I mean, there's going to be so many cards. I think there's going to be like 80 Path to Glory, Euro, and Copa America cards if we get a Team 2, you know, in total, which would be crazy. And I actually kind of wish they would go this route more often. It makes things cheaper on the market, and it just allows us to have better chances to pack these cards, even if they're discard. It helps with the grind for SBCs. And at this point, you've already oversaturated us with content so much that, like, why not just say fuck it and give us 80 cards? I mean, why not? And then obviously there's been a lot of UFL talk recently because of the fact that the game just came out as a beta, and people are surprised at the fact that it looks really, really good. Modric here, this is his UFL player face, and the graphics on UFL are actually very good if you played the game. They look pretty close to FIFA or eafc. The animations are where, you know, they obviously have that leg up, EA does, but the player faces themselves, the graphics themselves look very, very good. It's just stunning to me that that's the case when we've had eFootball exist for I don't know how many goddamn years now, and it looks better than eFootball / PES already. And to me, this just shows me PES, whoever was running this game, you guys absolutely failed miserably. I hate to be so blunt about it, but my God, how does UFL instantly look better than PES after like 15 years? Fire everyone. I'm not saying PES looks horrible, because some faces look better than this Modric card, but the fact that PES graphics always looked weird and the UI, they had an opportunity and they completely fumbled said opportunity to give us any sort of competition to EA for a few years here. Well, really just like 2014 to 2019, really that kind of era felt like PES could have maybe gained some momentum. They never did, and it just shows you like who was making this game, because they could have done so much more than they did. They should look back on that. And if they're still working at the company, you guys got to learn from your mistakes, because my lord, I don't know what went wrong, but you went the wrong direction, it seems like. Hey, UFL, have you played it? Have you liked it? Let me know in the comments if you think, you know, it's a good foundation, that it's fun to play, or if you played it and you didn't like it, or, you know, so I want to hear your thoughts on it, basically. But okay, Didier Drogba came out, and RIP your favorite strikers. Tots Holland is down 600k. Vinny is down to below 2 million coins now. Crazy for a team of the season Vinicius card to be below 2 million coins, and he is. And basically, you know, Cristiano Ronaldo Tots cards 3.1 million now. Your favorite striker is probably down about 30% in price. His Drogba card, even right now, it came out yesterday, is still the 4th player in been popular. And I mean, would I have liked to seen Eto or like a different icon? I actually definitely would have, but Drogba, in terms of like players in this game, he fits the meta perfectly, which is exactly why I'm sure he picked him. And I would recommend doing his loan card and just seeing if you like him a lot. And if you like him at all, he actually is borderline tier 1 meta. Aerial Plus players are borderline tier 1 meta cards this year. Pro players would have Drogba up front in their team potentially if Holland didn't exist. They all use Holland because he's 6'5 with Aerial Plus, so he wins every header. But if Drogba was like 6'5 with Aerial Plus, they'd probably use him over Holland, or at least he'd be like competition for him, right? I do want to say about these Path to Glory cards, there's going to be some interesting buy times here actually, because Copa America starts the 20th of June and the Euros start the 14th of June. So Copa America cards have almost 2 weeks from right now to when they actually start playing. So my guess is that's gonna be really good times to buy these cards. Around Rivals Rewards time on Thursday, actually, we see tradable stuff come out, and then it starts to get a little bit closer to the time these cards could, you know, see upgrades. That would probably be the buy time to me, is once again Rivals Rewards time. It kind of fits perfectly actually, because it's on Thursday. And Euro is a little more interesting because these cards are actually just a little bit more expensive in general as is. And compared to Rivals Rewards, their games start the next day, right? So it's like Rivals Rewards, and then that hype is already like immediately gonna be there. So actually, is it gonna be the best to wait for Rivals Rewards to buy these? It probably won't be, if I had to guess, unless the pack weight ends up like ridiculous on these cards and they're just gonna drop. But I actually think the best buy time could be like Sunday for the Euro cards, because it allows that extra time for hype to get created as people like wait for the games coming out. I know you're gonna be holding on the cards on a Thursday when Rivals Rewards comes out, but there's gonna be a lot of hype around that time, and I think these cards actually should increase on like that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday leading up to Thursday. Then they'll drop a little bit, but you might have wanted to buy on Sunday. I think that's kind of what the market outlook to me will look like for the Euro cards. If they're live, so if you want to buy one, or if you want one for your team, I'd probably say Sunday, actually. Let some of the tradable champs rewards come in. Squad battles rewards as well as like, what, Sunday morning or whatever. I'd probably let those come in and then start buying. Okay, let's read my charismatic subscribers comment section. Now, Aaron Thornhill, can someone wake JFC up? He's ruining my breakfast routine. If I am your morning slash any routine at all, that is, I am honored to be a part of it. At Unknown, is Ultimate Tots picks gonna stay for all rest of the game? I am not sure, actually. I'm gonna assume so, to be honest with you. I would assume so. They'll probably add in maybe Path to Glory cards eventually. We might see Shapeshifters cards eventually. We saw that last year. But for the time being, I would say Ultimate Tots picks will at least be the case here for like the next 3 weeks, if I had to say. And a lot of your comments are talking about the just terrible matchmaking that was going on for like that 8-hour period or whatever, however long it was. You know, it was easy elite for Jaden Plays, he says. One game was 16-0. And on the flip side of that, Tropical Waters Relaxation, I'm Div 7, needed 1 win to get Div 6 2 hours before the season started. I thought no problem. I started playing teams with 6 to 7 reds, FML. And yeah, so there are 2 sides to every coin here. Devin Pack, Celtics in 5. Also, I'm shocked the panic this morning after Rivals Rewards was unreal. Then I think the intrusive thoughts won on this one. I think the intrusive thoughts just sometimes just slip out. And he just said it like it is, and fair enough, it does look great. But I also want to say, I think the Celtics, actually, I picked them to lose in 7 prior to the series beginning. I'm still holding by that prediction. I know game 1 looked like a Celtics thrashing. I do think that game 2 will be very telling. If the Mavericks can't figure it out again, then they're in big trouble. I mean, obviously, it's, you know, if they go down 0-2, it's gonna be really hard to come back and win the series. But I think the Mavs are 1-7 now in game 1s under Jason Kidd, which of course the 1 win was against the Timberwolves. Because my sports fandom, I should just honestly stop watching sports. Now that I think about it, I should actually stop watching it. Jeremy Epps, a most upvoted comment yesterday was, I think EA dropped the greatest season ever because of the UFL beta this weekend. And its first reply was like, or because it's endgame, lol. And yeah, it's tough to say exactly why. If they actually did, if they were slightly concerned about the UFL beta, I would lean towards they weren't. But if they are starting to get slightly intimidated by the fact that, you know, they know FIFA 2K is going to exist, they're starting to think about other games, they're starting to think about how do we, you know, be more strategic with when we release things and how we do it and what things look like. Yeah, they might start doing that more often, and that could have been this time for the first time. I mean, you never know, I guess. But I would maybe be more inclined to guess it was probably just because it's endgame. But it was a great season, and it was the best season we've probably ever seen, and it did coincide with the UFL beta being the same weekend. So if you connect those 2 dots together, I can't really blame you. My guess is just was more of a coincidence if that was the case. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now because my throat hurts. And some of you sick bastards out there might make some jokes, but you know, I'm gonna ignore you. And you all have a wonderful day. I love you all. Peace.